Hello, everyone, and thank you for tuning in to Optimize Your Life. I have a fantastic guest today. I'm biased. She's my doctor, Dr. Tolu Olabintan. I present you and I share my doctor with you. But anyway, before we go further, I would like to ask Dr. O, as we call her, would you please do us the favor of introducing yourself to the audience?
Awesome. Thank you so much, Dr. Valerie, for having me on. She's also my dentist. So, yay. I'm Dr. Tolu Olabintan. I'm a family physician. I'm a lifestyle physician, obesity physician. But even before that, I'm a Christian. I'm a wife. I'm a mama, a dog mom too. I'm a life enthusiast. I'm a foodie. And I'm also the co-founder of Living Spring Family Medical Center in Mansfield, Texas, where we help people live long and well because we believe the quality of life is just as important as the quantity of life. I'm honored to be on this show to talk about how to optimize our life.
Yeah. Thank you so much for saying yes to the invitation, Doc. Dr. O, my first question is, you have this thing about, your motto, which is to help people live long lives. Could you please break that down a little bit for us? Like, why did you pick that as your essential core?
It's interesting how it unraveled over time. But
Mm,
one of the things that I've come to understand more is that we're all created for purpose. Like God has a plan for each and every one of us, and we the same way He's tripartite, we're tripartite. We're spirit. We have a soul. We live in a body, and
mhm.
to carry out the purpose for which we exist, we got to take care of the earth suit. We got
Yeah.
to take care of our body. We got to take care of our souls. We got to take care of our spirit. And so there's a way to live up long, but it is better to live long and well. Otherwise, it's a miserable life. And so, what we do, as a family physician at the practice and with lifestyle habits and, even dealing with obesity medicine and also being a woman of faith, it helps me say, you know what, all the things we know, spirit, soul, and body, how can we help our clients? How can we help people prioritize it, knowing that it is important for them to carry out whatever it is God has created them for, even if it's to enjoy life. You understand? Retirement.
Yes.
You still need to take care of your body, your spirit, your
Mhm.
soul to enjoy that future life you're looking forward to. Yes.
Wonderful. So there's something that you say also, you talk about the quantity, the quality of life versus quantity of life. What do you mean by that?
All right. So, we live in an age where, we have come a long way in medicine, in science, and I believe it's a gift from God as well. And there are ways we've known from science, from history, things that help people not just live long, but live well. For
Mm,
instance, you could live a long life, but be tired all the time, not have the energy to enjoy the things that matter to you. Case in point, you have maybe patients who are in their 60s, their 70s, arthritis that comes knocking, and so they're not able to, play with their grandkids the way they want to, or the bladder starts to give way. They're not able to travel like they want to because they're worried they're going to have to pee a lot. So that's not a good quality of life. Or I mean, you're alive, you're living, but you wake up feeling like, oh my gosh, that's all the sleep I got. Like I don't feel well rested. So the quality differs for people. But
mhm,
some, it's like, I want to be able to get up and feel like I'm well rested and do the things that matter to me. I want to be able to travel. I want to be able to jump and laugh when people make me laugh
mhm,
without feeling afraid like I'm going to wet myself. So there's a quality issue. And so between medication, between lifestyle hacks, between counseling and other things, there are ways that you can make your life a bit better. I'm not promising perfection. I would love that, Dr. Valerie. But at least I believe that there are ways we can try to live better, more quality, healthier.
So now, say you see a patient and you're telling them that, it's important to live a long life. What do they usually, do you feel like some people are giving you a pushback? If yes, why? Like, what, do they get anything wrong at all sometimes?
The truth is, I don't tend to start with "I want you to live long." Like
Okay.
some people are like, like we all die at some point. Like, what's your obsession with this? So it's more painting a picture, or what. Sometimes I'll ask things like, "What are your health goals? Like, what's
Mhm.
important for you?" And a lot of times, people tell me I've never been asked that before. I don't particularly have any health goals. And then I'll segue into, well, what is important to you? What are things you wish you're able to do that you're not? Or what are, like, if I had a magic wand, or maybe I should say, if I could work a miracle for you and fix any health problem you have, what would it be? So sometimes they tell me, oh, yeah, I wish I had more energy, or I'd like to lose more weight, or my sleep, or I feel, meh. And then sometimes, I ask questions, other things that kind of give me an entry into what's really important to them, because I don't want them to tell me what they think I want to hear. But yeah, I want to eat more fruits and vegetables, or I want to be able to exercise more. No, it's where do you see yourself in 5 years? Or I want to be traveling, I want to do this, or what plans do you have? Then I go into, well, how do we get there? Or what's the challenge? The pushback is usually, well, it sounds like a lot of work. It
Right.
sounds like the price for living long is quality of life. So people are like, if I have to live long, then I can't eat things that I enjoy, or food has to be bleh, or I gotta go to the gym and do, push-ups. And I don't, you know what I mean? So sometimes
Yes.
the issue is the pushback is they feel to get good, length of life, they have to give up on quality. And
Mm,
that is not necessarily true.
I like that. I like that. I like that. So I think we're going to revisit that. But before we do, I want to then ask you, what are some of the tips, that you like to share with people as far as living and experiencing a good quality of life?
Well, first of all, I would like to encourage them to believe that it is possible,
Mm,
because what your mind can see, your body usually follows. And
mm-hmm.
this is not an overwhelming or exaggerated positivity. It's more, what if we could live better? What would that do for you? It's worth trying. Even if we don't get to that point, the journey too is worth it because you feel better for it. So one is knowing that it is possible to live a better quality of life. And even for someone who's watching who maybe have been given a very bad terminal diagnosis, what's important for you? Is it pain control? Is it being able to have more experiences that you wish you had? Well, those are things you can work towards to when it comes to quality of life for you. So I don't want you to think that there's no hope. So one, knowing. Number two, I would say, and this is not in order of importance, but I would say number two would be move more. Like, and I don't call it exercise anymore because I think exercise is a trigger word. So I'll
I
say
like.
move more. So, and make it fun. So it's not exercise. So things like dancing, things like taking a walk with a dog and calling a friend who can talk a lot and keep you company, watching TV while on the treadmill if TV is your thing, listening to a podcast or praying while you walk. So it's almost like two birds, one stone. Doing 5 minutes of strength training. It doesn't have to be the 30 minutes. So movement, I would say, is number two. Number three, be spiritual. My goodness. The Bible says in Psalms 91, verse 15 or 16, with long life will I satisfy you and I will show you my salvation. Studies have shown that those who have a spiritual life live longer and have better quality of life. And the truth is, in God's word, we're promised that partnering with Him, and it's not a question of how long, sometimes it's how well. Living a life where you partner with God is the best life possible because you don't get to do life alone. You partner with the creator of the universe. I mean, yay. So if I was order of importance, that's number one, but I put it at number three. So be spiritual. Having a relationship with your creator is powerful. I do believe in the God of the Bible, Jesus Christ. And so having him as Lord and Savior doesn't necessarily promote or promise an easy life, but definitely an easier life. All right. So that's number three. Number four, eat mostly plants. Try mostly. Eat mostly plants. Don't make yourself averse to plants. Don't make plants a punishment like a thing. The different types of plants with fruits and vegetables. I generally recommend with every meal, even if you want to eat foods you shouldn't eat, add a fruit and a vegetable, ideally, or you could start with a fruit or a vegetable. If this is new for you, start with a fruit or vegetable with every meal. Normalize it, reward your family with it. Don't confuse your family members by saying, here's candy, good job. And when it's time to eat fruits and vegetables, you're yelling at them. It's confusing. So that would say with number four. I will stop at seven because there's so many I could keep going. But number four, sleep is rest. Sleep is spiritual. Sleep is God's design. Don't hide it. Optimize it. Optimize it. Optimize it. Not just how long you sleep, but how well you sleep. Know it to be a superpower. Don't apologize for needing it. And if you feel like your sleep is not giving you the results you want, then please talk to somebody about it. So that's number five. Number six, and this one, I was actually reading an article on Dr. Valerie, community,
Community.
community. And this one, it can be touchy because community people and people hurt feelings and people offend, but we still need people. You know,
Mm-hmm.
study have shown that. I was reading an article actually by it was JAMA, and they're saying that dementia is linked to isolation. People who are isolated actually have a 25% increased risk of dementia, thereabouts. So the data is there too. So we're social beings, introverted, extroverted. We're meant to be social. So please create a community. I'll be honest with you, that can be worked. Even superficial relationships, even as you work towards the deeper one, but superficial relationships also add value. And last one I'll say is make water your drink of choice.
Love it, love it, love it. I'm taking notes, okay? I have a
Yes, I
question here about
yes,
what you
ma'am.
said. You talked about sleep being spiritual. What is so spiritual about sleep? And how does
You
it
know,
improve quality of life as well?
so sleep is when your brain gets to recoup. There are a
Mm,
lot of things that happen when you sleep. Your cells get bathed, your muscles get to recover. There's so many things that have your growth hormones actually are regulated or optimized when you sleep.
mm-hmm,
So when we say sleep is spiritual, there's a component of restful sleep, right? You can stay on the bed, close your eyes, and fall asleep, but still wake up not rested because you haven't had restful sleep. And the spiritual component is more, I guess, for me, and even encouraging those who are listening, is where you trust that you've done the best you could for the day.
mm-hmm,
You acknowledge that you may have not been perfect, but you forgive yourself so you can move forward,
mm,
and you invite God into that conversation where you say, where I messed up, I receive grace to forgive myself. Where others have hurt my feelings, I surrender them to you.
mm-hmm.
And I ask for grace to take on the day tomorrow. And I don't carry anything else into the night. And so in sleeping or resting and practicing it spiritually is like I'm literally saying, Lord, I've done my part in the day. I can't go back and undo it. I give you the rest. And so it's trusting God.
Okay.
I find that when I don't act like there's not drama,
Mm-hmm,
when I'm honest in the place of prayer and I pick out the things that are bothering me and I acknowledge God and I bring Him into it, I
mm-hmm,
sleep better. So I'm
mm,
not acting like I'm not sometimes upset with how the day went or there's a fear for tomorrow. Is I'm saying this is something I can't handle. I've
right.
picked the ones I can do something about. The rest I'm like, Lord, this is yours. I'm gonna need you to help me, even if you say no to how I think you should help.
Mm-hmm. So that means before you go to bed, you actually take time to pray. You find that to be, helpful. That you find that to help optimize your sleep.
It helps. It's almost like a little therapy session before I go to bed,
Mm,
where, I call it where I report things and people to God. And not in a way like, oh God, send them fire and thunder. It's more, this person hurt my feelings. I leave them in your hand to handle because you dispense judgment and justice well. But I ask you to ease my heart
mm,
because you heal the brokenhearted. I can't carry that into the next. Like it doesn't help me sleep when. So sometimes there are tears. Sometimes there's like I'm crying. I'm like it hurt. Like so I'm really being honest and vulnerable and
mm-hmm.
open about how I really feel about the day. It was a hard day. I thought you would help me. I thought you said, Lord, you promised this. And I'm like, but I still trust you. I'm going to need your help anyway for tomorrow. So please help me to see your hand still. Please
Yeah.
help me to navigate this terrain.
Mm-hmm.
I trust you and Christ. It's like, so it's like literally my weights, the burden on my heart, I'm dumping every night. And one of the things I have found, Dr. Valerie, that helps a lot is also including myself in the forgiveness in the moving forward journey. Because I can talk about, oh, this person hurt my feelings, this person, but sometimes the biggest challenge, even with sleep, is ooh, we're playing conversations in our head, like, ooh,
Yes.
maybe I said, ooh, maybe they thought was that what that side eye was? Ma- Like by the time you're playing that, you imagine like, oh my God, they think I meant this when I didn't mean this. That's something I can't carry that to sleep. So I'm just like, Lord, forgive me, give me grace to fix it, but please ease your heart towards me.
Mm,
Because the same way I'm praying that other people hurt my feelings, sure, the other people that I may have hurt their feelings, I don't know. So I'm like, Lord, please touch their heart towards me. and give them the grace to forgive me too.
Mhm.
Because I found that that had at one point be taking my sleep. I'm like, between interaction with patients, interaction with friends, like text messages, I'll go back and, oh my God, that's not what I meant. Maybe the tone, maybe I should put a smiley face. Girl, shoot, that's a lot of work.
It is a lot of
Like,
work.
mm, like,
Yeah.
Lord, please just ease their heart, soften their heart towards me, please. Like,
Yes.
whew, can't carry that to bed. Mm-mm,
I like that. I
mm-mm.
like that a lot. I like that a lot. So the times that you actually don't do that before you go to sleep, there's a difference. You might wake up like,
Yes, when I'm not honest with what's bothering me and I carry that to sleep, it doesn't make for restful sleep because I'm not restful. Yeah.
I,
So it's part of a nighttime routine that I've had to do. And the different variations of it. I messed up today. Help me. Love you. Just help me. Help me to feel your prayer. Lord, I could use a hug. Lord, I could use a hug, like your tangible presence. I could use a hug. And then I'll go to bed.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I hope that you're taking that into consideration. That may just improve your sleep. You can end up, waking up well rested and able to tackle the day and just make wins all day long. Another question that I have is when you talked about movement, right? And you said because exercising is a curse word in a sense, a trigger, as you said it, to be more accurate, a trigger word. When it comes to that, like, is there like a minimum that people should do to really see their lives optimized as far as, moving is concerned?
Be honest with you, the American Heart Association, there's so many, governing bodies of medicine that tell you you got to do moderate activity, exercise levels where essentially you're able to talk but not sing. So that's the level of intensity. And you're supposed to do 150 minutes of that a week.
Mm-hmm.
But studies have shown that doing more than you're doing right now works too. So I've had people say it's not all or none. To do 5 minutes daily, you're making progress. There's data that it actually improves your quality of life. Now, is it as much as the person who's doing 150 minutes a week? Probably not, especially if they're also eating healthy and you are like all things being compared. However, more is better. So if you're a couch potato, meaning you don't exercise, you do the bare minimum, you only move when you have to, then I would recommend increasing that and starting with 5 minutes. 5 minutes every but my patients are shocked when they're like 5 minutes. You start 5 minutes. That 5 minutes feels like a long time when you're starting. You're like, man, that was just 2 minutes. Yeah. It feels like a long time when you're starting. But the whole idea is to start the momentum. If you don't start, you're not going to keep going. So you start where you are, 5 minutes. Heck, if you want to do 2 minutes, that works well as well. But start.
I like that. Yes, you're right, because you get to improve over time. And I'll talk about myself. In fact, starting about 2 weeks ago, Doc, you'll be proud of me. I started exercising a little bit before I get ready to go to work. And what I do is I do 80 jumping jacks. I do 20 push-ups, 40 sit-ups, and I do some 50 how you call it, squats. But the first time I started that routine back, I tell you, I used to do that and like not even sweat on my jumping jacks. I got to 33 and I was hyperventilating. I'm like, what is really going on? But now after 2 weeks, I'm to the point where I feel like I can now start, like I did that cycle once. I feel like I can add a second cycle. So that is just to say, when you start, it only took me 2 weeks, to get to the point where I feel like I can add another cycle, while the first day, 33, was like I feel like I was going to lose my breath.
Proud of you. I'm really proud. That's a lot to do, actually.
Thank
Starting
you.
out. That's impressive.
Thank you, Doc. Coming from you, I appreciate it. So now, the question that I had about food is when you talked about starting with fruit or vegetable, like why start with that?
So, studies actually show that up to 70% of people don't eat enough fiber. And fiber, we're talking up to anywhere from most people 35 grams of fiber a day. And the equivalent of that is fruits and vegetables up to 7 to 8 servings a day. In conversations with patients, they're like, I ask them, how often do you think I should eat fruit? You should eat fruits and vegetables. They're like, well, at least once a week or thereabout. And I'm like, huh. So I said, actually, you should do seven. They're like, why? I said it contains a lot of vitamins. It contains fiber that helps with your gut health, helps with your metabolism. It has micronutrients that help and antioxidants that help fight off infection and minimize the risk of cancers.
Improve your
You know,
skin.
your protein has a place, your carbs have a place, you know, your fats have a place, but people have, you know, with the invention of food engineering and the science that goes behind knowing how to make food that hits the spot, that hits, I mean, that sends a reward signal to your body that makes you keep rinsing and repeating. We've left the fresh fruits and vegetables and diverted to foods that make us feel good. Not, I don't say foods that make us almost like give us a cocaine-like effect over food that
Mm,
actually make us feel good in our body. So
mm.
it's become a brain thing than a body thing. And so we need to balance that a little bit more. I'm thankful for the gift of science, but we can't go away from foods that the way God has made them. And so instead of saying eat fruits and vegetable with every meal, it can be overwhelming starting off. So at least start with a fruit or vegetable, and they're eating it with other things. So I have my bacon eaters, I have my sausage eaters. It is like a bone of contention. I'm trying to get them to get. I'm like, you know what? I'm not fighting with you anymore. Just add a fresh fruit or veggie with every meal. Let's start there. And what happens is as you do that, you find that naturally you eat less of junk and you start to add things that help you feel better, that help your body feel better. And so we're not giving up the quality of life that you want. You know, you want the food that tastes crispy and baconized and fried. You know, there's a fried taste that's different. Like fried chicken and grilled chicken. Yeah, it tastes different. The fried chicken, it hits the spot different. I'm not gonna lie. But it's because of what we know, it's important that we balance that. So fruit or vegetable is the happy balance for now.
But you're not saying to start the meal with it. You're just saying to actually eat it.
Eat it with it. Yes, eat it with it. Make sure every meal has a fruit or veggie with it. Yes.
Always wondered like where this aversion to eating vegetables come from because being from Congo originally, like we never had issues, not even kids. Like we grow up, we eat vegetable. That's what we do. Like it's with the meal, yeah, there was never, ooh, I don't really, or maybe rarely, I never experienced where it's like, I don't like vegetables. Where is that coming from in this US country? Do you know?
Honestly, I think it's everywhere. I just
Is
feel
it?
like it's worse a little bit in the US because of the fast food era, and we're looking for a lot of things that are quick and, and our foods, as also a fellow African, Nigeria, our soups, having conversations with my Nigerian, my Cameroonian, I'm like, our soups are good, but they're usually heavily cooked. And that's why the key word there is fresh. So some of our soup, there's one, it's called eforiru, it's like a stewed vegetable, but you have to make it, you have to fry the oil to oblivion. Like literally you have to open up a vent. The
Uh-huh,
oil has to change color. So high heating points to get that taste.
uh-huh,
And then the vegetable, you have to squeeze it in hot water
uh-huh,
and squeeze out the green
uh-huh.
and make it turn from like a fresh green color to like a darker green for the taste. Now
Okay.
it's still vegetable, but it's denatured and you squeezed out the juice from it.
Yeah.
So even though people eat that, it tastes good. I actually make it sometimes. It tastes delicious. I'll be honest with you. But I won't go away from like my pear or my salad, fresh salad that's not denatured, that still has all the nutrients in it. Same thing with, smoothies. I blend them together so I can drink the whole nutrients, or I don't do a lot of juicing because when you juice, you remove the fiber, or I'll take the chaff that is removed from the juice and put in something else. But I want to encourage everyone to understand that the freshness of it adds value to it. You could steam it, you could put it in the fridge, but you want to eat it most whole, some, because it's good for you.
Right. You're
Yeah.
right. You're right. Because a lot of the vegetables that we do eat, they're cooked, 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 cooked. It's,
Hmm.
as a matter of fact, in my country, oftentimes when they see you or catch you eating salad, they're like, why are you eating grass?
So what is this? I was like, it's not chopped, it's not greased with the dressing, the Heinz, the little Heinz butter that's real creamy. I was like, what did I felt insulted. I was like, but then I looked nearby and I said, everybody was eating. I was like, oh, that's new. I was like, what is this? But I've come a long way. My goodness. Yeah.
The last question I have for you, as far as the tips, the 7 tips, doctor, is as far as water is concerned. There's some people who just don't like that taste. Like, would it be okay when they add maybe like a flavor, something in the water, or a little something to
You
enhance
know,
the
you,
taste? Does that?
it's, you see, we find creative ways to do what we are supposed to do. I just told you that I don't call it exercise because it sounds like a trigger word. Because to me, it sounds like work. Now I take a walk, I dance, so I find different ways to move, but
Yes.
find ways that make it work for you. So water can be boring. Let's call it what it is. It can be boring, but there are ways you could flavor it. I usually caution against using chemicals to flavor it, but
Mm-hmm.
lemon, cucumbers, there are even plant-based supplements that you just look at it and make sure it's plants to flavor it.
Mm-hmm.
And then tea. Tea is another one where you put your mint, your cinnamon, your drinking water. So I usually have my water bottles all around the house. My husband keeps wondering why I order when we have a filled water dispenser, why I order this, because this is a signal for me to stay hydrated. So I'll do one the beginning of the day just to take one for the team. It's usually work. I'm like, Lord, so I do the one, and then throughout the day, I have little sips here and there. I put the flavor in one. I'll do tea, maybe 2 cups every so often, not all the time. But you can do you flavor it the way you like it, whatever gets you to drink more water. That works.
Do you? I started drinking more water too, Doc. You'll be proud again.
Man, you're glowing. You're glowing. Your skin is glowing, so that's good.
Thank you so much. So, doctor, thank you so very much for, all of these tips. I know we could not, go as deep as we wanted to, and I would love to invite you once more to come and bless the channel with your presence and your knowledge and all of that. But before we leave, I would like to ask you, Doc, like if somebody wanted to work with you, where do they actually find you?
So you can go online. We're actually located in Mansfield, Texas. We do wellness visits, we do current care management, we do immigration physicals, all the things. We also see women, do the pap smears, we see kids as well, men and women. But you could also find me online, www.livingspringmedicals.com. That's with an S. And also on Instagram, dr_Olabinten D. I also have a newsletter, Living Spring Echoes. You can find that on the website as well. And I'm sure you can share that with your show notes as well. And I thank you for having me on. This was good. This was good.
Absolutely. Hands down, if you are looking for a doctor, Dr. O is the doctor that you want to see. Her place is the place that you want to go to. The just the inviting atmosphere. When you go there, you feel at ease. People respect you, they love on you. You would really want to go and experience the Living Spring Medical Center. That being said, I want to thank you. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to jot them down. We'll have Dr. O answer them. And until we see you next time, you stay blessed. Bye.